Alright, hello, and welcome to Echoes of Color with Jeffery Morrison. How's it going? We're going to do another whip and chat here with The Colors of Life by Chuck Pinson. This is a Dreamer Designs canvas, however, it's not available through Dreamer Designs anymore. You'd have to go to the Diamond Art Club website or app to get a similar rendition of this canvas. This one is square drill. 52 colors, including one AB, which stands for Aurora Borealis, and they're an iridescent coated type of drill that shines a little brighter than that of regular drills. This is also 80 centimeters by 60 centimeters, or 31.5 inches by 23.6 inches. Alright, hopefully you're doing good otherwise. Hopefully you're having a good weekend. Having a good time. I was like, should I play some more Final Fantasy 16 or do a whip and chat? It's like, I have not done a whip and chat and a giggle, so. Alright, working on 3852 here. Kind of a gold tinge, maybe. Kind of started it the other time. Oh yeah, so this is what's left of the gazebo roof. And then the rest is basically fall foliage and tree trunk and branches. So there's like the tree trunk of the tree. Oh, excuse me, it's foliage. So basically an autumn type scene. Alright, 3852T. Okay, I'm seeing a few. Alright. Hopefully your crafty and other endeavors are going well. Yeah, we'll just hang out for a bit. Yeah, I'm meandering my way through Final Fantasy 16 on the PlayStation 5. Yeah, really liking the main character, and it's Final Fantasy I've made tremendous progress through without getting too frustrated with it. I have seen the game over screen. I'm just doing like for the story kind of version of gameplay. So just playing it for the story. Yeah, that hasn't been a perfect run. I've seen the game over screen a few times. Just continue on. Just keep playing. Yeah, not every RPG is perfect. I don't think you're meant to just speed right through an RPG of that nature. Role-playing game, in other words, but yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's has a darker storyline. Kind of different for a Final Fantasy title, but not necessarily a bad thing. Final Fantasy has been like rated teen. Not sure what this one's Final Fantasy 16's rated as. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a mature type title. Yeah, Clive, the main character. He's basically an adult, like really. It's more a mature character, but yeah, you kind of see his like early childhood at the start of the game. And his relationship with his brother, kind of segments of that at the start of the story. They're kind of bond, and Clive's kind of commitment to his brother. But yeah, then stuff happens, and Clive goes through quite a bit. as he grew up, he's had hardships and has had to overcome adversity from basically everybody. Well, he's struggling to do the right thing and do right by others in a very judgmental, prejudiced kind of world. Yeah. Yeah, so it kind of does carry some real world kind of elements to the game, to the story. Yeah, those elements are just lingering throughout the story. You get snippets of it every once in a while. And Clive reacts to it accordingly. The injustice, kind of, to an extent, according to the situations he runs into. Yeah, so he's trying to make his world a better place in the long run, just to kind of simplify the issues on the table there. And there's like an ongoing kind of conflict between the kingdoms. Oh, excuse me. There's an underlying war like across the story. Just like one of the conflicts that's happening worldwide, but it's not too bent on the war plot. Yeah, you just gotta kind of get a cutscene every once in a while. Like with a meanwhile. With a bunch of governors, or they try to insert political kind of situations in the story. I don't like that kind of stuff, but it's just multiple kingdoms that just have been vying for more power from each other for like ever. Yeah, it's come to a head kind of throughout the game to an extent, so it's very subtle, but it is kind of part of the story and part of what drives Clive to move forward in his journey, as he has to overcome some of those underlying obstacles of conflict to progress through the story to an extent, and to protect the various citizens of Valisphia. Ooh, I always forget the name of the like universe or world that Clive exists in. Valistelia or something. Yeah, I'm sure in one of the sections of the game you get a rundown of what's going on as you're playing the game. Like, you can pause and just get an explanation of what characters are doing or what they have done throughout the story. It's a really different kind of way of looking at stuff, or to potentially just get you up to speed remind you what's going on in the game if you happen to have left it for a bit. I restarted playing Final Fantasy 16 and started streaming my gameplay on Twitch to just get a refresher on the controls and stuff. It's a action RPG kind of title, hack and slash to an extent. Boss battle I did yesterday, or played through yesterday, was a lot of button mashing. It felt very button mashy. You get a bit of strategy of how to deal with certain enemies in the game to an extent, but it's like, yeah, action RPG. Where you're just doing like real-time battles in real time, like as you're wandering through the world, you run into enemies and yeah, just fight them, and you gain experience just right after you finish the battle. And you can kind of customize Clive's abilities and armor and stuff as you go, as per any other RPG. But yeah, I think this Final Fantasy 16 was created with the assistance of the director or creator of the Devil May Cry series of video games. So right instantaneously you have that Devil May Cry battle style incorporated in the gameplay, and that might have divided some Final Fantasy fans. I think it got teased that, yeah, Devil May Cry with a Final Fantasy skin. Yeah. Accurate in some accords, yeah, I can agree with that. Devil May Cry was an action-adventure RPG as well. That series, yep. Or is. I don't know if there's like a new one out, but yeah, I played through Devil May Cry. Yeah, I think I've played a good chunk through those games. Yeah, I thought I streamed them like a long time ago when I previously streamed on Twitch. Then I took a 4-year hiatus. Yeah. But yeah, pretty cool game. I don't know, it's kind of nice that Final Fantasy took a more mature kind of approach this time around. Pretty nice, actually. Kind of refreshing to see in a title. I know, it's a title that's not like for everyone. Final Fantasy was kind of like stayed in the teen category. But yeah, there's some pretty dark subject matter in previous Final Fantasies. Like the idea of war or international conflict isn't a stranger to some of the Final Fantasy conflicts or titles. So yeah, it's not a kind of one-off type of subject for Final Fantasy. obscure notifications on my phone. Okay, there we go. Nothing to do with me. Gotta love getting notifications for apps. Yeah, if you're not used to games where characters leave the game, I'll say that in a friendly way. Yeah, Final Fantasy 16 is leans a little bit more into that type of story. Yeah, casualties of war or casualties of circumstance. Come and go in most cases. Yeah, it's a mixed bag of fun for Clive as he goes through his journey. I kinda got spoiled in a couple instances or scenes where certain characters bit ado from the story, but yeah. It's just, yeah, Clive's working his way, fighting his way across a couple continents during the main story. It just progress place by place. There's a world map, of course, but yeah, you can you're kind of directed where to go. In some instances, you can't visit other places during main segments of the story. Like everything else is barred off, and you just have like one choice to select on the map to travel to progress. Yeah, when it's story time or time to deal with an adversary, yeah, you're kind of laser focused in that direction. So, kind of nice. It just keeps the momentum of the storytelling going at the time. Yeah, so you suddenly don't go fishing or something or whatever. I don't know if there's like even fishing in Final Fantasy 16. Doesn't seem to be that campy kind of game, but you can ride a chocobo eventually. That really didn't tickle me too much, like being able to ride a chocobo, just run across the areas. It's not exactly a fluent world map this time around. It's sections of the world that just kind of feel like just segments of a place, just with different rooms. Yeah, just like feel you're going through different stages or that kind of thing. Various rooms or small fixed paths. In some instances, it feels. There are like buildings around and people to interact with, or there's a perceived atmosphere, but it's not. You can go in every house and like find a gill or something on a shelf. It's just kind of sitting somewhere random on like a pathway. Kind of giving you hints of like where to go, or letting you know that you're going in the right direction to advance the narrative. Yeah, I don't know, it has a sense of linearity to it. A bit in some instances of the narrative. I kind of like the specificity of being directed where to go. Of course, there's a desert section in FF16. Well, what Final Fantasy doesn't have a desert section. And lo and behold, I've gone around in circles multiple times having to go back to this desert section. And I always go to the wrong spot, and I'm like wondering what the heck am I supposed to be doing? I just find that desert section to be very tedious. It's not huge by any means, but it's just big enough to be frustrating. There's like no readily available destination markers in some cases. It's like, go meet this person at this river in this area, and you're in the area and there's no like identifiable beacon as to giving you an idea of where to go. Sometimes it's really weird. It's really windy out today, and I thought I saw a miniature power truck, like hydro truck, I mean, driving by on the highway there about 45 minutes ago. Had a later lunch, but yeah, it's all good. With this wind, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that the power would knock out. So, yeah, going back to Final Fantasy 16, no title, in my opinion, is flawless. Yeah, there's always something quirky and Final Fantasy that you just kind of go along with to an extent. It's like, yeah, this isn't like great aspect of the game, but you can partially overlook it. I don't know, having to like search for a certain specific area where you're supposed to go. I only have like so much time to stream. I kind of want to be like moving along, making measurable progress in the limited time I have to play a game of that nature. Like, this is like a 70 to 80 hour long game. When I'm playing it, yeah, could lead to that extent. Not complaining. I do like long gameplay games. I just want to beat a game in a day and call it that's it. But, well, not very often. That's why I do like RPGs. You get to play longer. Yeah. go on an adventure, see new worlds, just explore, fight stuff. And you usually get a fairly hearty story. Oh, I was gonna say. Yeah. Characters usually go through a lot, and they overcome huge obstacles in their way. Most of the time, it's like saving the world. Yeah, just kind of go to that extreme, or just it's like, yeah, this antagonist or bad guy is just destroying large swaths of the world, or just doing something really noteworthy, and the hero is just like, yeah, this guy kind of needs to be calmed down, or guy, girl, villain, antagonist, can be male, female, they, them, yeah. Just, they have a totally opposite desire from the hero, or a different perspective of how the world should be, or different aspirations that just brush with the hero's aspirations. Yeah. It's good versus evil, basically, to an RPG. Battle against yourself or your past, and working through that to persevere over evil. Yeah, stories can get pretty layered in RPGs. Have characters that really don't get along with each other, but end up working together for the common good eventually, or whatever. Oh, it's just a mix of fun. So, yeah. Kind of why I like RPGs. Various characters, you get into different situations. Yeah, that kind of thing. Storylines are usually pretty epic in scope. It's like, hey, these people have to save the world from like this issue, or else the whole dynamic of the universe is going to change, that particular game's universe, and it's not going to be a good time for anybody. So yeah, hero kind of has to set things back on a proper, more tangible course for the future. Yeah. Epic fantasy, high fantasy, books, media, yeah, video games, computer games, etc., etc. Just a seemingly insurmountable force, just threatening to screw everything up, and the hero just picks up the sword and just goes for it, begrudgingly sometimes. Like, I don't think I can do this, or this individual just really isn't playing on all cylinders and kind of needs to be taught a lesson, kind of. Yeah. Various extreme circumstances in some games where the antagonist is just right off the hinges, just totally ballistic. But anyway, you've been watching Echo's Color with Jefferey Morrison. Down below in the description, I put the fact that this is not available through Dreamer Designs anymore. So check out the Diamond Art Club website. I'll just be saying that throughout the work on this canvas. Guess, yeah, going to the Dreamer Designs website and not finding this particular canvas is not really what I want to inspire in these whip and chats here. Just me kind of hanging out and taking bit by bit progress at this canvas. Yeah, when I can. So if you go to the Diamond Art Club website or app, you'll get a similar version of this canvas, different sizing aspect for the canvas, and probably more colors. But other than that, take care. All the best with your crafting endeavors, and I will see you sometime again soon. Bye.